Have your hips started to feel stiff, sore, or just off? Does it feel harder to walk long distances, stand for a while, or even get out of the car without some discomfort? Maybe you've chalked it up to getting older, or told yourself it's just part of life after 50. But what if the tightness, the pain, the weakness, all of it could be traced back to one simple thing? The truth is, most people are completely unaware that a hidden weakness in their hips is slowly eroding their strength, their posture, and their independence. But there's good news. Fixing it doesn't require hours at the gym, complicated routines, or expensive equipment. Just one powerful movement, done for only a minute a day, can begin to reawaken every major muscle in your hips. And today, you're going to learn exactly how to do it. This isn't a temporary fix. When done correctly and consistently, it can lead to a lifetime of pain-free movement, stronger posture, and rock-solid balance, especially for those over the age of 50. Now, let's rewind for a moment. Years ago, there was pain. Constant, frustrating, grinding hip pain that showed up after walking, after climbing stairs, after playing a bit of tennis. For some, it might start with a nagging ache after a long day. For others, it flares up every time they try to stay active. That pain doesn't just make movement harder, it chips away at confidence, at freedom, at life. And like so many, countless methods were tried. Stretches, strength workouts, endless advice from books, trainers, and therapists. But nothing made the pain go away. Not fully. Not until one simple shift changed everything. The secret? Strengthening the hips while standing on one leg. Why does that work so well? Because that's how our hips actually function. Every time we take a step, we're essentially standing on one leg. The muscles in the hip don't just lift the leg, they stabilize the entire pelvis. And when those muscles are weak, everything suffers. Your stride, your balance, your stability. So what is this exercise? Picture this. You're standing next to a low, imaginary fence. Maybe even one you'd rather not touch, like it's electric or lined with thorns. You need to step over it carefully and deliberately. Here's how it works. Stand tall with your feet shoulder-width apart. Slowly lift one leg as if you're stepping over that invisible fence. Once that foot lands, bring your other foot over as well, joining the first. Then repeat the motion going the other direction, stepping the opposite way. This movement might look simple, but the mechanics are deeply effective. Lifting your leg slowly and deliberately forces the muscles around your pelvis, especially those often neglected side hip muscles, to engage fully. The leg that stays on the ground works just as hard to stabilize you. Want to adjust the challenge? If it feels too hard, lift your leg a little lower and move a bit faster. If it feels too easy, lift higher and slow it down. That's where the real magic happens. Do this side-to-side stepping motion in a safe space, preferably near a counter or wall, and listen to your body. It should feel like work, but not pain. Now let's build on that with a version that targets every muscle in your hips. This variation turns that stepping motion into a square, engaging not just the sides of your hips, but also the front and back. It's a complete activation routine for your entire hip complex. Here's what to do. Start by stepping sideways over the imaginary fence with your right leg. Then imagine there's another low fence directly in front of you. Step over it, this time moving forward with your right leg again. Now switch sides, step left over the imaginary fence. Finally, finish by stepping backwards, again as if you're stepping over a fence, using your left leg. This four-part sequence creates a square shape with your steps. Side, forward, side, back. By completing this pattern, you're not just working on strength. You're improving balance, coordination, and the connection between your muscles and your brain. A few things to keep in mind. Alternate which leg leads each time. For example, start the next square with your left leg, not your right. Work both sides evenly. That helps your body stay balanced and symmetrical. And again, go slow. Speed hides weakness. Control reveals and builds strength. This movement is deceptively powerful, which means doing it the right way and the right amount is key. Here are 2 simple rules to get the best results. Stop at the burn. Do the exercise only until you begin to feel a light burn in your hips. You'll feel it mostly on the side where your standing leg is working to keep you balanced. When that mild burn lingers even after a short rest, you've hit the sweet spot. That's your body's way of saying, I'm working, I'm getting stronger. There's no magic pill for strong hips, but there is a simple, proven way to rebuild them, no matter your age, no matter your history. If you felt stiff or weak lately, if you've been nervous about balance or afraid of another fall, if you want to move through the world with strength instead of hesitation, This is where it starts, not with big workouts, not with painful therapy, but with 1 minute a day, one step, then another, then another. Your hips are your foundation, and now you have the blueprint to make them stronger than they've been in years. Take that first step today and keep going.